as we sit here and record this show, a historic show number 10, will go down in history as a number 10 episode of this podcast. I need to bring up something that is a limited time offer, Chris.
Oh boy.
Yeah, limited time. And it's related to food. You know how much I love food.
I do. You practically live off of it.
I do. You're right. And this is another story that I wanted to bring to our audience because it hits a couple levels. It works on a couple different levels. But starting today, when we're recording this show, which is Monday, July the 1st, the year of 2019, for the next, I believe it is 2 weeks. I should probably know that if I'm going to tell it's a limited time, but I believe it's 2 weeks. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, formerly known, and Cheetos, they're hooking up. They have brought us, the consumer, a sandwich that is a chicken sandwich with Cheetos and Cheetos sauce on it.
So when you say hooking up, it sounds like you mean doing the nasty. Because that's how I would describe that sandwich.
Apropos. Yes, I think that is a more appropriate defining of how these two have come together. Now, I had the opportunity to try it today. There will be a video on our socials. Hello, Tricycle. It'll be up there. You can go visit it. It'll be in the show notes probably too. Do you want to know a little bit about the experience, or do you want to talk more about, because I want to talk about the brands involved too here. So you tell me, Chris, it's a choose your own adventure, much like Bear Grylls Netflix.
You know what?
So
I wanted to know.
Do you want to know more about the sandwich?
No, I did, but I want to see the video. So okay. I want to withhold that information of your take on this sandwich.
To be fair, no sandwich is ever going to look as glamorous as it does in the commercials when we're talking fast food.
Now
let me just put that out there right now. Let me just let everyone know that it is not going to look like.
So when you tell me it's a chicken sandwich covered in Cheeto dust, that is what it looks like.
It's not Cheeto dust either. Let me be more clear. It's a sauce.
It's a Cheeto sauce.
It's not a dust. The Cheetos themselves are in it too. So now you have a nice mouthfeel going on. But it's a sauce. It's sauced. It's not dusted.
This sounds way worse than I pictured.
It's an orange. It's a bright orange, possibly radioactive sauce.
I have my guesses on how this went, but I really do now want to wait and see this reaction.
The video will be up on socials by the time this episode is up and published, so you'll be able to check it out in the show notes, tripodpodcast.com, and also on our socials at Hello Tricycle. So maybe I'll just save the actuals. Do you want to move into the brand part?
Because let's just skip over. Yeah, let's skip over to tasting.
Maybe I'll come back later. Maybe the food will come back up. Just get it. You got it. This is like kind of a case in point thing of logo versus brand for me. Mm-hmm. Because you got Cheetos that have Chester Cheeto, right, as a character, but they have a very distinctive brand. If you watch their commercials, they're very, Chester Cheeto he has a personality. There's a dynamic. There's an edge to him. It's a person. It's not just, hey, here's a logo of a Cheeto, right?
Right. And then like the Trix Rabbit.
Yeah. And then you have the KFC with the Colonel.
Right.
And the recent campaigns, just wacky campaigns. that they've done. And I feel like if you looked over time with KFC, I would suspect that probably in the 80s and 90s, it was about like, good old fashioned Southern cooking,
home
like
style
kind of like
meal.
Popeyes now, but like probably even more, just home style, blah, 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 blah. And it's like they just went full on into wackiness, they've embraced it, if you will. And they've done that with the Colonel, with like numerous different comedians. But yet, this is where brand identity really comes into play. How you can translate 6 different comedians, male, female, black, white. You can put them all into commercials and it all is still somehow consistent.
Sure. Yeah.
And the same thing with Cheetos. This is kind of a follow-up hit, if you will. So they did, and I didn't realize this. I forgot about this. Cheetos did a tie-in with Burger King a little while back, like this summer of 2017 with mac and cheese. They did mac and Cheetos.
I don't even remember that.
There's even now, if I showed you the commercial, I think you'd remember because they used like a Return of the Mac song in it. By Mark Morrison. So I think you might remember that. Yeah. And then today, at the launch, oh wait, hold on. Dust up part. I'm looking at Dust and a Cheetos at the pop-up party. So there was a pop-up party and there were Cheetos KFC hot wings, Cheetos loaded fries, and KFC mac and Cheetos bowls. So this whole, like, they just went bananas. That's in New York City.
How do you get an invite to that party?
You trade in your dew points, your Mountain Dew points, I think is the way you do that. Oh, actually, that does remind me. Listen, this is an honest podcast. This is a safe place. This is a place. They also released, maybe not tied to this, but a very specific Mountain Dew flavor for KFC. It is terrible. It is no Baja Blast. If you think it's a Baja Blast, you're wrong. It's terrible. It's called Sweet Lightning, and it's a tea. It's an attempt at a sweet tea Mountain Dew, but here's where they went wrong. It's peach flavored.
Oh boy!
There is nothing worse than fake peach flavoring. It left a flavor in my mouth that
so is this what you attempted to wash down your Cheeto sandwich?
Luckily, they give you the cup first. Let me take you a little inside the KFC game. You get the cup first, walk over, give it a little couple spurts of that.
Right, maybe swish it around, get the nose, really get the nose on that thing.
I got the bouquet on it. Was lovely. And I drank it and I instantly regretted it. It was more regret than the sandwich. No.
Well, you're not just an entrepreneur. You really are an adventurer.
I am a food adventurer. I don't think there's any food out there that I wouldn't be up to like trying once. I mean, there's probably a couple. Everyone has a couple things, but yes, can I sit here and say as a cop out that I was like interested in it from a marketing perspective? Yes. Was I interested in it as a marketing perspective? Yes. But I was interested to see how it tasted too. I mean, but I just am so intrigued by looking at these because I feel like this is one of those perfect marriages, like Red Bull and action sports, it just fit, like Cheetos and KFC and even Cheetos and like, I don't know. It's just, if Cheetos had maybe tried to do this with like Cracker Barrel, I don't think it would have worked, or let me put it this way. I don't think it would have been the same.
Sure.
You know?
And I guess Doritos had already moved into the Taco Bell territory. So
that's true. Yeah. Doritos
that is a success, right? I mean, those Dorito tacos, that's a win.
It's the norm now. Permanent fixture on the menu. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure it is.
I think you're right. I mean, I think they also have like the Cool Ranch. If they had those sweet and spicy Doritos as the taco,
you'd be living there. You'd be living there playing Harry Potter,
drinking Baja Blast,
and I'd be right there with you. We would be recording the podcast there. We would have our own booth reserved. It'd have a reserve sign on it for Tripod, the Tricycle Creative Podcast. But we would never move. They would have to come in and probably wash us with a rag on a stick. That would be probably what would have to happen. So in summary, I'm glad this is a short time promotion. Let me just say that, because I might be finding myself at a KFC. You know, I don't want to tell people one way or another. Everyone's wired differently, but if you love a good Cheeto, and I will say this. I was surprised at how good just the chicken was. I mean, I haven't had a KFC in a long, long time. Time.
I mean, I don't know.
You can't remember the last time. So it got me in there. So this is again where it's like, it got me to go there. And I think it's going to get a lot more people to go there.
Just for the novelty.
And that's okay.
Let me ask you this.
If novelty gets someone in the door, right?
Would you double down? Would you get the 2 sandwiches? Isn't that how it worked? How'd the KFC double down work?
Oh, it was
you're right. Chicken.
The double. Wow. Okay, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I remember that it was the chicken was the buns.
Right. I don't remember what was in between. A piece of bread? Bacon? I don't even know.
That's like the upside down world, I think. Like, I don't know what was in the middle. Lettuce? Could they have possibly put a vegetable on that? No. Probably bacon and then fried chicken was inside.
Do you think they'll come out with
I actually think it might have been fried chicken inside of it. I could be wrong.
Could there be another tie-in where they're just like, here's a bag of Cheetos and like a gravy to dip it in?
I did jokingly say, but maybe not jokingly, that seeing that it was a sauce, that they could probably sell that sauce over the counter.
Right. Or pour it on the potato.
Cheetos sauce, I think, particularly people love the like spicy Cheetos stuff.
Right, those Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Flamin' Hots.
I mean, that's your Nashville hot chicken right there, right?
Actually, and they have that now there. So that probably is the next direction they could potentially go. But I do think that they could sell Cheetos sauce. Now, what is this? Think about this, though. We're talking about nostalgia and things that people like these quirky, weird things. Doesn't necessarily have to be your whole business, but maybe there's some angle, you know?
Right, like why is Subway not doing a tie-in with Lay's where they just put the chips on the sandwich? You know,
I mean, that's anyone that doesn't eat a sandwich like that. I don't know where they've been. It feels like I'm eating with someone from like the Stone Age, like they've just learned the wheel. Why aren't you putting your chips in your sandwich, man? It's crazy. At least half of your chips. You can split the difference. You know, chips in a sandwich and then eat the other half of the chips.
My brother.
Do I have to do everything around here?
My brother used to dip Cool Ranch Doritos into vanilla pudding, which sounds gross. And yet he has gone on to become a successful chef in his adult life.
I'm going to steal that from him.
He must have had some sort of insight into flavor profiles that the rest of us just weren't seeing.
Peanut butter and pickle sandwiches are good. I've eaten those. They're good. They were a big internet thing. I did that. So let me recommend those.
You need a whole separate video series of eating food.
Or I need a nutritionist. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
But that does bring me back. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, the $1 million idea. We were preparing for, well, actually, no, we were just grocery shopping today. We're preparing to grocery shop. We were grocery shopping today. and we were going to do, we had like hamburgers and hot dogs just for the week. I'm like, I don't know. We'll do that, right? Sure. It's festive. Seems on brand for America. And I said, well, I just wish I could buy one bun, just one bun that could do both. And my wife, being pretty smart, said, well, you just make the hamburger in the shape of a hot dog, and then you just get hot dog buns.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Beef roll.
And then you just got to get hot dog buns. It's pretty smart, right?
It's smart. And weirdly weird.
Yeah.
Doesn't
definitely weird
in my head.
No, but.
And then cover that in some Cheetos sauce.
Oh, God. No. I don't know if. There are some things that could be done and some things that should be done.
You know what should be done?
What's that?
This podcast.
You're right. We're going to wrap it up. This has been episode 10. We talked about Cheetos, talked about KFC. There'll be a video at Hello Tricycle.
I'm excited. I'm stoked.
Tripod Podcast. We also talked about Pumpkin Plan, a great book by Mike Michalowicz. Seems like a fake name, but it's a great book. It's a real book, maybe a fake name. And we also talked about Arnold going undercover, telling people to buy Hummers, the car. Get your mind out of the gutter. And we will be back in next episode. That's when we come back. Usually when we're back is the next episode. Yeah, but in the meantime, certainly check us out again at Hello Tricycle. Give us a follow. Wherever you subscribe or listen, please give us a nice rating, a comment. We would love that. And feel free to reach out to us through the powers of the social medias, the internet, or whatever. Hello Tricycle. We're all over the place. And coming soon, we're going to have a couple more Keep Pedaling interviews. So I'm excited about those. I'll reveal more details as we get them. But those are coming soon and should be really insightful, really educational, and really entertaining for you. So with that, Chris, do you have any final words on this, the historic episode number 10?
I just want to lift a phrase that you said earlier, which is on brand for America. I think that describes us to a T.
There you go. Later, folks. Keep pedaling.